It's about Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Delayed, I've says, by a month. I put this in just because I was laughing when I searched up video game news. And I clicked on this and it was comicbook.com and they were all serious about this video game getting delayed. I looked at the dates and I realised very quickly it's like a fucking month. It was originally said to be coming out March 23. Now it's coming out April 28th, 2023. It's a month of a delay. What the fuck, man? 1 month. It's nothing. What are we doing here? I just thought I'd use this as a little excuse to talk about this game because I'm really excited for it. I love Fallen Order. One of the best Star Wars games ever. For me, the story was great. Your main character was great. The little droid sidekick was great. The way it sort of led into the whole Order 66 sort of Vader stuff. I'm pretty sure it did. It's been a while since I've played it. A long time. An eternity for me when it comes to video games. But just the mechanics were fantastic. Obviously ripping off the likes of Dark Souls and stuff like that, where it's not instant leveling. I can't even speak tonight. Leveling. It's not instant enemies. You go to an area, they become the same level as you. You could go somewhere and get absolutely, what was the word I like to use, molligated by an enemy who's way too strong for you. You're not ready for it. You can go away, come back, and just open a can of whoop-ass to quote Dwayne Johnson or The Rock. So it was sort of inspired by a multitude of different games, Assassin's Creed games, the Dark Souls games. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. I thought it was a high point for Star Wars video games. Something we hadn't seen in probably about 20 years, realistically. Maybe more, when you were getting the likes of Jedi Academy back in the mid-90s. That was when Star Wars was really great. In terms of video games, you get the Battlefront games that came out in the early 2000s. They were great, but they didn't have much of a story. So for me, this was a high point. When I found out they were doing a sequel to it, certainly a spiritual sequel if it's not an out-and-out sequel. It is a sequel, it's the same fucking character. It's the same sort of title in Star Wars Jedi. It's a sequel. Respawn Entertainment Electronic Arts, a company I'm not overly enamoured with at times because of their practices, the way they try to introduce loot boxes and gambling to younger kids. I think it's fucking vile, to be frank. And they need to cut it out. Pay to win and stuff like that in certain games. Not a huge fan of that developer and just the way they act in general. Sort of sports games like Madden and FIFA. It's just like a lick of painting. Some very minimal mechanic updates. And they expect you to pay full price for it. But then I'm a fool because I say I don't really like them. And I pay £15 a month for EA Play Plus, I think it is. So I give them my money every fucking month. So yeah, and I'm going to be looking forward to this PGA game that's coming out. So I'm not one to talk, I'm a fucking hypocrite. But needless to say, them and Respawn, they made the game, they're making this game. And it's been delayed. There was a statement released. I am never going to be able to read that from this screen, so I'm going to have to bring it back up here. And hopefully I'll be able to read that. I cannot read it, so I'm going to look over here where I can read it. For the last 3 years, the Jedi team here at Respawn has poured its collection heart and its collection, I can't read it, its collective heart and soul into Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And we are proud to say the next chapter in the tale of Cal Kestis is content complete. That didn't make much sense to me when I was reading that. I'm like, that can't possibly be what that word says, but it fucking is. Content complete. We are now focused entirely on the final stage, bug fixes to enhance performance stability, polish, and most importantly, the player experience. Jedi Survivor is a direct response to the feedback from our community, delivering expansive destinations to explore, evolved combat, and traversal. Traversal, is that what that says? Yes, and of course, where are we? The continuation of Cal and BD's story. Fucking hell, I'm having to look between screens. It's so small. It feels like an eye test. It's like the last line in an eye test. It's so unbelievably small on the screen for some reason. I'm wearing glasses to stop with the glare from the screen, but there's a prescription in it for distance, and it makes the fucking writing smaller. It is sharper, but it's smaller, and it's a fucking pain in the arse. BD's story. Making this game has truly made us a better team, and we have pushed ourselves at every level to make the Star Wars sequel our fans expect from Respawn and Lucasfilm Games. In order for the team to hit the Respawn quality bar, provide the team... Fuck, I'm just going to read it over here. Provide the team the time they need. Simon makes it quite. Provide the team the time we need and achieve the level of polish your fans deserve. We have added 6 crucial weeks to our release schedule. Star Wars Jedi Survivor will now launch globally on April 28th. Thanks to EA and Respawn for giving us the time to deliver the best experience for our players, and to all of you for understanding. May the Force be with you. Yeah, it's a nothing story. You give them the time they need to add that extra lick of polish, to add that extra level of playability, to make sure it's not an absolute horror show when it drops. We've seen this before. There was a dystopian video game that came out set in a future city. I'm trying to remember the name of the game. I'm blanking on it. Cyberpunk, I think it was. It came out. It was a disaster. It took months and months and months and months and months to sort out all the bugs. It was unplayable for some players. I remember watching streamers, Twitch streamers playing it, and it was a shambles. These guys had behemoth gaming PCs, couldn't get it to run for shit. That's what happens when you rush something out, and even then they didn't even rush it out. It was like 10 years in the making, that game. So just taking that extra little bit of time, 6 weeks, to make sure everything is right as rain, and that the game is the best possible version it can be, that's completely acceptable. That's an acceptable reason to delay. I'm excited for the video game, man. I'll get it day one because I've got EA Play Pro. And that was the name of the fucking thing, incidentally. I think I said EA Play Plus. Taja that I'm. EA Play Pro, I've got that, so I'll get it. It's part of my subscription. Day one, if not early. Really looking forward to the game, man. Really looking forward to being immersed in a Star Wars video game again. It's a great year for me for gaming. You've got Hogwarts Legacy coming out in a number of, 10 days? You've got this Star Wars game coming out a couple of months away. Great time to be alive as a gamer.